Hey guys, what's up? In today's video, we're going to be talking about this. This is a graphics card I recently picked up for $23 on my local Scammers and Sellers app. Now, the only piece of information I got about this card when I purchased it was that it was ripped out of an OEM pre-built PC. And it does look like an OEM craptastic piece of hardware, so that makes sense. Clearly, it is a Radeon card, if you can tell by the red PCB and big fucking Radeon logo in the middle of the fan. But besides that, I really had no information when purchasing this card. Now, it does look like they just strapped a crappy CPU cooler to a graphics chip, and, well, that's basically what they did, so checks out. The reason I actually bought this card was not because it was just $23 and looked frickin' stupid. It's because it was $23, looked frickin' stupid, and also had a 6-pin connector. So it's at least something powerful enough to need a 6-pin, but also modern enough to have this stupid R in the middle of the fan. R stand for ripoff? Now, unfortunately, I had to spoil the surprise for myself because there's actually a big frickin' sticker right above the PCIe 8X interface that this thing uses. Yeah, look, half the pins aren't even covered in gold. And it reveals that this card is actually an RX 560X. An OEM-only RX 560 with 4 GB of VRAM and, I don't know, clock speed boost or whatever. The 560X was actually originally a laptop SKU of the RX 560, but obviously Dell or HP, whoever made this, does not agree with it being only a laptop chip and decided to put it on this stupid board. Let's pop this thing in a test bench, find out exactly how does a card that I bought for $20 perform in modern games. Modern games, in quotes. I can't buy any like new games, so. Let's start with GTA. Alright, so getting right into the gameplay benchmarks of this RX 560X. Starting with GTA because this game I know will run on this card. At high settings, 1080p, we can see upwards of 60 FPS, which is pretty great. If we turn our settings down, we could probably get more than 60, but seeing 60 to 80 FPS on high settings with a card that looks like... Now moving right along to Rainbow Six Siege. Again, at the high preset, we see around 60 FPS, but it's actually a not very responsive gaming environment. With a surprising amount of input lag, again, I don't know if that's caused by the graphics card or me just being stupid, but just something I thought I'd note. We're seeing around 60 FPS. Turning our settings down to low, we can get a bit more, but it seems our graphics card is still a bit underpowered to get anywhere near our 144 FPS target for a game like this. But it is definitely a very playable experience. If you're looking to play Rainbow and other competitive games that have similar graphic styles to Rainbow, then you'll probably be about 60 to 80 FPS depending on what you do with your settings, but it's definitely a very playable experience. Changing to the very low preset did help, but not a ton, and we're definitely not getting that 144 FPS target. Now in CS, we obviously do hit that 144 FPS target, because it's pretty easy to run CSGO on a graphics card, so thankfully this works. So that's kind of expected, but just something to note. So this is kind of a good card for competitive games. Maybe I'll make a esports PC and sell it with a good CPU and this graphics card, or give it away or something. Now moving on quickly to Hitman 2. Yeah, this is medium and low settings, mostly low, and we're lucky if we see 30 FPS. This is not a great experience. Kind of expected, but just thought I'd throw it in there. Yeah, I don't know what I expected here. Not great. And moving on to Red Dead Redemption 2, on that note, and yeah, it's also not great. While it is technically playable at about a cinematic 30 FPS, I would not recommend it at all. And this is at lowest possible preset. This is the lowest possible preset for this game, and it's just okay. There's really, it's not a very playable experience, but I was able to get some kills, and that's all that really matters. So, bottom line, I paid $23 for this graphics card. And for 20 bucks, I'm pretty damn impressed with the performance of this card. So, my recommendation is always look out for cards that look like this. There's a lot of them out there. People don't really know what's going on. Again, the guy who sold this to me didn't even know what card it was. He just knows he got it out of a pre-built PC. And if you ask me, I would say this looks like it's worth about 25 bucks. It looks like crap, but it's actually an RX 560X, which is pretty decent. There are 1050 Ti's and even 1060s. You look at the HP 1060, hopefully it's on the screen right now, that look like this. So there's definitely cards that look like crap, but actually perform very well, so I'd highly recommend watching out for that. As for the 560X, if you can get it for 25 to 50 bucks, I'd say that's a pretty good deal. Hope you guys kind of enjoyed this little video about this pretty unique graphics card that I picked up for 20 bucks. If you enjoyed, please leave a like. If you didn't, well, YouTube's getting rid of the dislike button soon, so I don't know, man. Thanks, YouTube. Idiots. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.